Hello everyone, welcome to Prep to the Point. In this video, we will discuss on ancient history with more than 100 most repeated questions and with 500 plus important facts which are most important for all types of competitive exam. First of all, what is ancient history? From the beginning of the writing and civilization around 3000 BCE to the early medieval period, that is up to 700 CE, is known as ancient history. In this video, we will cover Indus Valley Civilization, Vedic period, Mahajanapadas, Mauryan Empire, post-Mauryan and regional kingdoms, Gupta Empire, early medieval period. And at the end of the video, there will be 4 MCQ to test yourself. So here is the first question. The Indus Valley Civilization flourished during which period? The correct answer is 2500 to 1750 BCE. The civilization's early phase began around 3300 BCE and its decline started around 1900 BCE. So the Indus Valley Civilization flourished during 2500 to 1750 BCE. The Harappan civilization was discovered in which year? The correct answer is 1921. Harappa was an Indus Valley civilization urban center. It lies in Punjab province in Pakistan. It is identified as a Bronze Age civilization because many objects have been found that are made up of copper-based alloy. So Harappan civilization was discovered in 1921. Which one of the following archaeologists discovered the Harappa site of the Indus Valley civilization? The correct answer is Dayaram Saini. Dayaram Saini, an officer of the Archaeological Survey of India, led the first excavation at Harappa in 1921. The civilization is known for urban planning, drainage system and brick architecture. So archaeologist Dayaram Saini discovered the Harappa site in the Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization is also known as Harappan culture because Harappa was the first site to be excavated in the Indus Valley. The Harappan or Indus Valley civilization flourished during which age? And the correct answer is its Chalcolithic age. The Harappan or Indus Valley civilization flourished during the Bronze Age. Who of the following is known for initial discoveries at Mohenjo-daro which led to its excavations? And the correct answer is R.D. Banerjee. Mohenjo-daro is the ancient city of the Indus Valley civilization and discovered in 1922. His finding prompted further excavation which revealed the existence of the Indus Valley civilization at Mohenjo-daro, which is now in Pakistan. The Great Bath of the Indus Valley civilization was discovered in which site? The correct answer is Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro is a major site of Indus Valley civilization which is located in the Larkana district of Sindh Pradesh in Pakistan and also known as Mound of the Dead. So Mohenjo-daro is known as Mound of the Dead and the Great Bath of the Indus Valley civilization was discovered in Mohenjo-daro. At which of the following sites was the bronze statue of the dancing girl found? The correct answer is Mohenjo-daro. The dancing girl is one of the highest achievements of the artist of Mohenjo-daro. So dancing girl was found in Mohenjo-daro. The main characteristics of the Indus Valley civilization was its town planning. Well-planned cities with a grid pattern, advanced drainage system with covered drains, use of baked bricks in construction, citadel and lower town division was there, public buildings like the Great Bath at Mohenjo-daro So the main characteristics was town planning, because pakka house, drainage system, well laid out roads, all are part of town planning. Which was the first metal used by man? And the correct answer is copper. Human used copper first in Chalcolithic age, and it is marked as the transition period from Stone Age to Metal Age. So human used first metal as copper. The main occupation of the people of the Indus Valley civilization was its agriculture. They cultivated crops like wheat, barley and cotton, and also engaged in animal domestication. So main occupation was agriculture. The Indus Valley civilization people had trade relations with which country? And the correct answer is Mesopotamia. Evidence for this trade includes the discovery of Indus Valley seals in Mesopotamian cities and Mesopotamian seals in Indus Valley cities. So Indus Valley people had trade relations with Mesopotamia. The Indus Valley people knew how to write, and their script was, it is pictographic. Texts were often written in a Bostrofedon style, which means the writing direction alternated between lines, going right to left in one line and then left to right in the next. So Indus Valley people knew how to write, and their script was pictographic. Which of the following was not discovered during the Indus Valley civilization? And the correct answer is iron. Indus Valley civilization was a Bronze Age civilization, and iron was not discovered till then. Which one of the following Indus civilization sites gives evidence of a dockyard? And the correct answer is Lothal. Lothal, in the present day state of Gujarat, is considered the only port city of the Indus Valley civilization. The people of Indus Valley civilization worshipped, and the correct answer is Pasupati. They worshipped trees like people. They also worshipped fire called Havan Kund and a mother goddess. So Indus Valley people civilization worshipped Pasupati. Rock cut architecture in Harappan culture context has been found at which site? And the correct answer is Dholavira. Dholavira was divided into three distinct parts, that is Citadel, Middle Town and the Lower Town. This is in contrast to other cities which were typically divided into two parts, that is Citadel and Lower Town. So rock cut architecture found in Dholavira. Match the following: practice of fire cult, Lower Town fortified, Great Bath, granary and shipbuilding. And it is practice of fire cult in Kalibangan, Lower Town fortified in Surkotada, Great Bath in Mohenjo-daro, granary in Harappa and shipbuilding in Lothal. Another matching: Kalibangan, Mohenjo-daro, Rakhigari and Surkotada in which state? Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Mohenjo-daro in Sindh, Rakhigari in Haryana and Surkotada in Gujarat. The word Ved, from which Veda has been derived, means, it means is knowledge. Ved, the Sanskrit root of Vidya, means to know and related to Veda. The Vedas are considered to be divine knowledge revealed to ancient sagas, that is wise man, through intense meditation and spiritual insight. So, Ved means knowledge. Who was the founder of Vedic culture? And it was Arya. The Vedic age is associated with the arrival of Indo-Aryan peoples, which are believed to have migrated from Central Asia into the Indian subcontinent. So, founder of Vedic culture is Aryan. The Aryans came to India from, and it is Central Asia. This migration is thought to have occurred around 1500 BCE and coinciding with the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. The word Aryan means noble. They came from Central Asia through Hindu Kush mountains, and the myth of Aryan invention created by Max Muller. So Aryan came into India from Central Asia. Which Veda is known as the oldest Veda? And it is Rig Veda. Written in Vedic Sanskrit, it consists of 1028 hymns divided into 10 mandals. Rig Veda is the oldest. Samveda derived mostly from Rig Vedic hymns, Yajur Veda rituals and sacrificial formulas, and Atharva Veda spells, charms and domestic rituals. So Veda is known as the oldest Veda is Rig Veda. Who is the most important god in Rig Veda? And it is Indra. The primary deity of the Rig Veda is Indra, the god of thunder and warfare. So most important god in Rig Veda is Indra. Ayurveda has its origin in which Veda? The correct answer is Atharva Veda. Ayurveda, the oldest system of medicine, originated in India and is rooted in the Vedic civilization. Particularly, the Atharva Veda and Ayurveda is considered an Upaveda or Sub-Veda of the Atharva Veda. So, Ayurveda has its origin in Atharva Veda. Which of the following Vedas deals with magic spell and witchcraft, that is black magic? The correct answer is Atharva Veda. The Atharva Veda is considered the Veda of magic formulas and contains spells, charms and hymns for various purposes like daily rituals, marriage, funerals and royal ceremonies. So magic spell and witchcraft in Atharva Veda. Which one of the following is described in Upanishad? It is philosophy. The Upanishads are collection of philosophical texts within the Vedas. They are the last part of the Vedas, and Upanishads literally means sitting near or sitting down near the teacher to learn. So, philosophy is described in Upanishad. The world is God and God is my soul is philosophy contained in the Upanishads. This idea reflects the non-dualistic, that is Advaita philosophy of the Upanishads as taught by Adi Shankaracharya, and the individual soul is not different from God and the world is manifestation of the divine. So the world is God and God is my soul is philosophy contained in Upanishad. The Vedic economy was based on agriculture and cattle rearing. Agriculture involved cultivation of grains like barley and the use of plows and irrigation techniques. Animal husbandry provided not only food sources like milk and meat but also raw materials such as leather and wool. So Vedic economy was based on agriculture and cattle rearing. The staple food of the Vedic Aryan was barley and rice. Barley was the primary grain during the early Vedic period. Rice became more prominent later on. They also consumed milk and its product along with various vegetables, fruits and some food. So staple food was barley and rice, not milk and its product. It is barley and rice. The Vedic religion, along with its later Vedic developments, is actually known as, it is Brahmanism. Brahmanism emerged from the Vedic religion and represents the first phase of what is now known as Hinduism. It is characterized by the prominence of the priestly class of Brahmins. Which of the following is the major impact of Vedic culture in Indian history? The correct answer is rigidification of caste system. The Vedic society was divided into 4 classes, that is Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Here another matching: Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Chanda and Jyotisi. Shiksha is pronunciation, Kalpa ritual, Vyakarana grammar, Nirukta etymology, Chanda meter and Jyotisha astronomy. The normal form of government during the Vedic period was, it is monarchy. The king, known as the Rajan, was the head of the tribe or jana, and he was assisted by various officials and assemblies like Sabha and Samiti. The popular assemblies of the Vedic period were, it was Sabha and Samiti. Sabha is a council of prominent individuals and dealt with administrative and judicial matter, whereas Samiti was a larger popular assembly involving a wider range of people from different classes and professions. So, most popular 2 assemblies was Sabha and Samiti. Which of the following Brahmana text belongs to Atharva Veda? The correct answer is Gopatha. Brahmanas are texts which explain Vedic hymns, providing commentary on rituals, sacrifices and their meanings, and each Veda has its own set of Brahmanas. Here are 4 Veda: Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda and Atharva Veda, and all these are associated Brahmana text. Dasarjana was Battle of 10 Kings. It was a famous and first known battle described in the Rig Veda. The battle took place on the banks of Parusni river, which is known as Ravi in modern day. It was fought between King Sudas of Bharata tribe and a confederation of 10 other tribes. Sudas, guided by Guru Vasishtha, defeated the coalition led by Guru Vishwamitra. So Dasarjana was Battle of 10 Kings. The mediator between man and gods, according to the Vedic people, was, it was Agni. They believed that Agni, through the smoke of sacrifices, carried offerings to the deities and becomes mediator between man and gods. So the mediator was Agni. Which one of the following was main characteristics of the later Vedic period? And it was caste system. Caste system, specifically the more rigid and established Varna system. Here are the development in later Vedic period, which are political development, social structure, religion and economic changes. And the main characteristics was caste system, which are more rigid Varna system. Which of the following is not a feature of Hinduism? And it is doctrine of Ahimsa. Doctrine of Ahimsa are followed by Jainism and Buddhism. In Jainism, it is core principle and strictly followed this. Even insects and plants are also respected. And in Buddhism, Ahimsa is central to eightfold path. They promote compassion and kindness to all. Here are the core features of Hinduism, that is belief in karma, rebirth, dharma, moksha Polytheism means belief in many gods. Vedas are sacred text. Tolerance and assimilation of diverse ideas. But there is no feature which is saying doctrine of ahimsa. The tax which the kings used to collect from the people in the Vedic period was called Bali. This tax was typically a portion of agriculture produce or tribute from conquered territories. The revenue generated from Bali was used to support the king's administration and court. So the tax name was Bali. The Battle of Mahabharata is believed to have been fought at Kurukshetra for how many days? It was for 18 days. Mahabharata was a conflict between the Pandavas and Kauravas, primarily over the throne of Hastinapur. The battle is a central event in the Hindu epic Mahabharata and is considered a pivotal moment in ancient Indian history. So, Battle of Mahabharata happened for 18 days. Who among the following was a Sanskrit grammarian and author of Ashtadhyayi, that is Sanskrit grammar? And it was Panini. Ashtadhyayi is a foundational text of Sanskrit grammar, establishing the rules and standards for the language. Ashtadhyayi means 8th chapter. So Ashtadhyayi was written by Panini. The words Satyameva Jayate in the state emblem of India have been adopted from which one of the following? And it is Mundaka Upanishad. Satyameva Jayate means truth alone triumphs. It is inscribed below the lion capital of Ashoka, which is the state emblem of India, and is officially adopted on 26th January 1950, the day India became a republic. So Satyameva Jayata adopted from Mundaka Upanishad. Who composed the Gayatri Mantra? And it was Vishwamitra. It is found in the Rig Veda, specifically in the 3rd mandala, and is dedicated to the deity Savitri, also known as Savitri. Om Bhur Bhuvasah Tat Savitur Varannam Bharga Deva Sadhimahi Diyayana Prachodayat. So Gayatri Mantra was composed by Vishwamitra. How many states were there in Mahajanapadas? And it was 16. These states existed in the 6th century BCE and were located in the Indo-Gangetic plains. These also were powerful political and territorial units mentioned in ancient texts like Anguttara Nikaya, a Buddhist scripture, and Mahabharata. So, in Mahajanapada there were 16 states. Which of the following Mahajanapadas emerged as the most powerful kingdom? And it was Magadha. Magadha rose to prominence due to strong rulers, its strategic location, efficient administration and military power, fertile plains and rich iron resources for open and agriculture. So, Magad was the most powerful state of Mahajanapada. Which was the first capital of Magadha? And it was Gribraja, means Rajgriha. It was an important political, cultural and spiritual center during the time of early Buddhism and Jainism. The first Buddhist council was held here just after Buddha's death by Ajatasattu. So first capital of Magadha was Gribraja, Rajgriha or Rajgir in modern day. The meaning of Buddha is the enlightened one. The word Buddha is derived from the Sanskrit root Budh, which means to know, to awaken or to perceive. Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha after attaining enlightenment under the Bodhi tree at Bodh Gaya. So meaning of Buddha is the enlightened one. Buddha has been described as an ocean of wisdom and compassion and it is Amarkosa. An ocean of wisdom and compassion refers to the description of Buddha's supreme qualities. This specific expression appears in the Amarkosa, which is a classical Sanskrit thesaurus written by Amarasimha, a renowned Buddhist scholar. Buddha's birth at Lumbini, present day in Nepal, enlightenment under Bodhi tree at Bodh Gaya, present in Bihar, first sermon, which is also known as Dharma Chakra Pravartana at Sarnath near Varanasi, and death, which is also known as Mahaparinirvana at Kushinagar, which is in modern Uttar Pradesh. Three Pitaks are sacred books of Buddhist. The three Pitaks or three baskets are the foundational scriptures of Buddhism. The texts are written in Pali language and compiled during the first Buddhist council shortly after Buddha's death in Rajgriha or Rajgir by Ajatasattu. For your further information, the three Pitakas or baskets are Vinay Pitaka, Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka. Vinay Pitaka deals with monastic rules for monks and nuns. Sutta Pitaka contains the sermons and teachings of Lord Buddha, and Abhidhamma Pitaka explains the Buddhist philosophy, psychology and metaphysics. So Tripitaka, the sacred books, was regarding Buddhist. The fourth Buddhist council was held by Kanishka. It was presided over by Vasumitra with Ashaghosa as his deputy. This council is significant for the formal split into Mahayana, focused on individual salvation, and Hinayana, focused on universal salvation and worship of Bodhisattvas sect in Buddhism. Here are four councils. First council was done by Ajatasattu in Rajgir. Second council by Kalasoka in Vaishali. Third council by Asaka in Pataliputra. And fourth and the last council was by Kanishka in Kashmir. Who, according to the Buddhist, is believed to be the next incarnation of Gautam Buddha? And the correct answer is Maitreya. In Buddhist tradition, Maitreya is the future Buddha who will appear on earth, attain enlightenment and teach the pure dharma when the teaching of Gautama Buddha will be faded. He is regarded as the Bodhisattva. What are the key beliefs about Maitreya? Currently residing in Tusita heaven, awaiting for right time for his descent, will be born in a future era of peace and prosperity, will renew the Buddha's teachings, that is Dhamma, and it is seen as a symbol of hope and future enlightenment. Nalanda University in Bihar was a great center of learning, especially in Buddhism. Nalanda University was one of the world's first residential universities, established in 5th century during the reign of Gupta Empire, Kumaragupta I. Huensang was a Chinese traveler and student, and Dharmapala, Silabhadra were the eminent teachers. It was destroyed in the 12th century by Bakhtiyar Khalji, a Turkish inventor. So Nalanda University was a great center for learning, especially in Buddhism. Who was the author of Buddha Charit? Author of Buddha Charit is Ashaghosa. Buddha Charit means the life of Buddha, is a Sanskrit epic poem that highlights Buddha's life from birth to his enlightenment and final liberation. So author of Buddha Charit is Ashaghosa. The theory of karma in Buddhism meant the deeds of a person that determine the states of his life. Key points about karma in Buddhism? Not fate or destiny. Karma is based on choice and intention. Good actions lead to positive results like happiness, better rebirth. Bad actions leads to suffering or unfavorable rebirth. Karma affects one's cycle of birth and plays a role in whether one moves towards nirvana or not. The Buddhist doctrines were written in Pali language. Other language used later as Sanskrit used in Mahayana Buddhism, Tibetan used in Tibetan Buddhism, and Chinese used for translation of Mahayana texts. So Buddhist doctrines were written in Pali. The first Tirthankara of the Jains was Rishabhnath, also known as Adinath. The word Tirthankara means ford maker, one who shows the path to liberation or moksha. He is believed to have lived in ancient time, long before recorded history, according to Jain tradition. So first Tirthankara was Rishabhnatha. Who was the 23rd Tirthankara in Jainism? 23rd Tirthankara was Parshanath. The 23rd Tirthankara of Jainism is Parshanath, who is also known as Parsha or Parashnath. So 23rd Tirthankara is Parshanath. Mahavira was the 24th Tirthankara. Mahavira spent the next 30 years preaching the principles of Jainism, emphasizing non-violence or ahimsa, truth or satya, non-stealing or asteya, celibacy or brahmacharya, and non-attachment or aparigraha. Who is the last Tirthankara in Jainism? The last Tirthankara was Bardhaman Mahavir. Original name was Bardhaman, renounced worldly life at age 30, attained Kaivalya Gyan after 12 years of penance, taught ahimsa, satya, aparigraha, asteya, and brahmacharya. Attained moksha at Pavapuri in Bihar at the age of 72 years. Mahavira was born in 6th century at which location? And it was Vaishali. He was born into a Kshatriya or warrior family of the Nath clan. His father was Siddharth, a king, and his mother was Trisala, a Lichhavi princess. So Mahavira was born in Vaishali. Who was the mother of Mahavira? Mother of Mahavira was Trisala. Trisala was the mother of Lord Mahavira, the 24th Tirthankara of Jainism. Trisala is believed to have seen 16 auspicious dreams before the birth of Mahavira, symbolizing the greatness of the child to be born. So mother of Mahavira was Trisala. With which religion is Kaivalya associated? Kaivalya was associated with Jainism. Kaivalya in Jainism means absolute knowledge or omniscience. It is the highest state of knowledge and liberation attained when a soul is completely free from all karmas. In Jain philosophy, when a person destroys all 4 types of karmas, they attain Kaivalya. The one who achieves Kaivalya is called a Kevalin. After Kaivalya, upon death, the soul attains moksha and resides permanently in Siddhasila, beyond rebirth. So Kaivalya is associated with Jainism. Which of the following is not the Triratna of Jainism? And it is a right view. The Triratna of Jainism are right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. So right view is not the part of Triratna. Jainism was divided into 2 sects which are known as Svetambara and Digambara. Svetambara means white clad, wear white clothes, believe that women can attain liberation, Monks wear clothes and carry alms bowls. Scriptures are accepted as preserved, predominant in Western India in Gujarat and Rajasthan state. Whereas Digambaras are sky-clad or nude. They do not wear clothes, symbolizing renunciation, believe that women must be reborn as men to attain moksha, do not accept the preservation of original Jain text, more strict in practice, common in southern India and parts of Madhya Pradesh. So Jainism was divided in Svetambara and Digambara sects. The sacred books of Jains are called, it is called Agama Siddhanta. The Agamas are the canonical scriptures of Jainism. They contain the teachings of Mahavira, the 24th Tirthankara. These texts were passed down orally for centuries and were later written down by Jain monks. So sacred books of Jains are called Agama Siddhanta. Buddha and Mahavira died during the reign of Ajatasattu. Buddha attained Mahaparinirvana at Kushinagar and Mahavira attained Moksha at Pavapuri during the reign of King Ajatasattu, who ruled Magad and was a patron of both Jainism and Buddhism. So Buddha and Mahavira died during the reign of Ajatasattu. Match the following: Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism and Islam. Hinduism, divinity; Jainism, threefold path or Triratna; Buddhism, eightfold path; and Islam, monotheism. Match the following: birth of Buddha, enlightenment, first sermon and death of Buddha. Birth of Buddha in Lumbini, enlightenment in Bodh Gaya, first sermon in Sarnath and death of Buddha in Kushinagar. Coins made of metal first appeared in age of the Buddha. The first metal coins in India appeared during the 6th century BC, which is same period as age of the Buddha. These coins are known as punch-marked coins and they were primarily made of silver. So coins made of metal first appeared in the age of Buddha. Who was the founder of the Nanda dynasty? And it was Mahapada Nanda. He is considered the first powerful ruler to bring much of northern India under a single administration before the rise of the Mauryan Empire. He is called destroyer of all Kshatriyas for subduing many ruling clans. So founder of Nanda dynasty was Mahapada Nanda. When Alexander invaded India, Magadha was being ruled by, the correct answer is Nanda dynasty. Alexander the Great invaded northwestern India around 327 to 326 BC. The Nanda dynasty ruled in the northern India during 345 to 321 BC. Dhanananda was the last ruler of the Nanda dynasty. So when Alexander invaded India, Magad was ruled by Nanda dynasty. The decline of the Nandas at the hand of Kautilya and Chandragupta Maurya has been vividly portrayed in which Sanskrit play? And it was Mudra Rakshasa. The Sanskrit play Mudra Rakshasa, meaning the signet ring of Rakshasa, was written by Vishakha Datta. Mauryan dynasty was founded by whom? Founded by Chandragupta Maurya. In 321 BC, he overthrew the last Nanda ruler Dhanananda with the guidance and support of Chanakya, who is also known as Kautilya. This marked the beginning of the first major empire in Indian history, with Pataliputra, modern day known as Patna, as its capital. So Mauryan dynasty was founded by Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya was born in which year? In 340 BC in Pataliputra. Chandragupta Maurya is believed to have been born in Pataliputra, modern day Patna in Bihar, or in a region near it. Some sources mention Magadha, while others mention a humble village in present day Bihar. So Chandragupta Maurya was born in 340 BC in Pataliputra. Which among the following is the oldest dynasty? Among this option, Maurya dynasty is the oldest dynasty. The Haryanka dynasty around 6th century BC, founded by Bimbisar, is considered the oldest historical dynasty of Magadha and one of the first recorded dynasties in ancient India. This laid the foundation for Magadha's rise as a powerful kingdom, later continued by Shishunag, Nandas and Mauryas. So among these four options, the oldest dynasty was Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya was an ardent follower of Jainism. Influenced by Jain monk Bhadrabahu, he gave up the throne in favor of his son Bindusara and migrated to Shravanbelagola in Karnataka to spend his final years in austerity and meditation. At the end, he followed the respected Jain ritual of voluntary death through fasting, which is also known as Salekhana. So Chandragupta Maurya was ardent follower of Jainism. Kautilya was the Prime Minister of Chandragupta Maurya. Kautilya, also known as Chanakya or Vishnugupta, was the chief advisor and Prime Minister to Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of Maurya Empire. He was a brilliant strategist, economist and political thinker who played a crucial role in overthrowing the Nanda dynasty and establishing Mauryan rule. So Kautilya was the Prime Minister of Chandragupta Maurya. Who among the following is considered as the first national ruler of India? And the correct answer is Chandragupta Maurya. He was the first historical emperor who unified most of the Indian subcontinent under one centralized administration by political unification, strong central government, and with diplomatic success, established a pan-India empire and the concept of India is a political unit. The Greeks were driven out of India by whom? By Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya founded the Maurya Empire and played a key role in removing Greek influence from the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent. He defeated Seleucus I Nicator, a general of Alexander the Great, in the Seleucid Mauryan War in 305 to 303 BC. So Greeks were driven out of India by Chandragupta Maurya. The official language of the Mauryan court was Magadhi. During the Mauryan Empire, especially under Emperor Ashok, Magadhi Prakrit was used as the official language of administration and public communication. It was the language of the common people and was used in Ashoka's inscription, especially the edicts. So official language of Mauryan court was Magadhi. Which Mauryan king holds the title Amitra Ghata? The title Amitra Ghata was held by Bindusara. Bindusara, son of Chandragupta Maurya and father of Ashoka, held the title Amitra Ghata, which means slayer of enemies. The title reflects his military strength and aggressive expansion of Mauryan Empire. So Amrita Ghata titles holds by Bindusara. What does the word Ashoka literally mean? Ashoka means bereft of sadness or without sorrow. The name Ashoka is derived from Sanskrit word a, which means without, and shoka means sorrow or grief. So Ashoka means without sorrow. Ashokan pillars are made of which material? It was made of sandstone. The Ashokan pillars were primarily made from a fine-grained buff-colored sandstone known as Chunar sandstone. This material was quarried from Chunar near Mirzapur in present-day Uttar Pradesh, India. So pillar was made of sandstone. To which dynasty did Ashoka belong? Ashoka belongs to Maurya dynasty. Ashoka the Great was the third emperor of the Maurya dynasty, which was founded by his grandfather Chandragupta Maurya in 321 BC. He ruled from around 268 BC to 232 BC and is best known for the Kalinga War, which conversions to Buddhism, the spread of Dhamma, erecting edicts and pillars across the Indian subcontinent. So Ashoka belongs to Maurya dynasty. The most famous educational center during the period of Mauryan age was Taxila. Taxila, located in Rawalpindi district of Punjab province in Pakistan, near the bank of Indus River. It attracted students from all over India and even from foreign land like Persia and China. The most commonly used coin during the Mauryan period was Karasopana. The term Karasopana means appears in Kautilya's Arthashastra and other ancient texts. It was a silver punch marked coin, standardized in weight and value. So most commonly used coin during Maurya Empire was Karasopana. Who among the following foreigners was the first to visit India? And it was Megasthenes. Megasthenes was the first known foreign ambassador to visit India, record his observations about India. He came during the reign of Chandragupta Maurya around 302 BCE. He was a Greek ambassador sent by Seleucus I Nicator, a general of Alexander the Great and ruler of the Seleucid Empire. So, first foreigner to visit India was Megasthenes. The Greek ambassador in the court of Chandragupta Maurya was Megasthenes. His book Indica gives valuable insights into the Mauryan administration, social customs and religions, geography, flora and fauna of ancient India. Though the original text is lost, its fragments survive through writings of later Greek historians like Strabo, Arrian and Diodorus. The Indica was written by whom? The Indica was written by Megasthenes. Megasthenes was the Greek ambassador sent by Seleucus I Nicator to the court of Chandragupta Maurya. He visited Pataliputra around 302 BCE. So the Indica was written by Megasthenes. The title Devnampriya was used by whom? The title Devnampriya was used by Ashoka and Dasaratha. Devnampriya means beloved of the gods, while Ashoka is the most prominent user of the title. It is worth noting that it was also used by his grandson Dasaratha. The Nagarjuna Hill cave inscription referred to Dasaratha as Devnama Priya Dasaratha. So title Devnampriya was used by Ashoka and Dasaratha. Kautilya, also known as Vishnugupta and Chanakya, is the author of Arthashastra, which has been compared with Machiavelli's The Prince. The Arthashastra deals with politics and governance, economics and taxation, espionage or spying and diplomacy, military strategy and law. Kautilya's Arthashastra is a book on principles and practices of statecraft. It was composed around the 4th century BC during the Mauryan Empire and served as a manual for governance for rulers like Chandragupta Maurya. Which of the following dynasties succeeded the Mauryas? It was Shunga, Pushyamitra Shunga. The founder of the Shunga dynasty was Pushyamitra Shunga, who was a general under the last Mauryan ruler Brihadrath Maurya. Who was the founder of the Shunga dynasty? It is Pushyamitra Shunga. Pushyamitra Shunga was the founder of Shunga dynasty around 185 BCE. He killed Brihadrath during a military parade and established his own rule, thus founding the Shunga Empire. So, founder of Shunga dynasty was Pushyamitra Shunga. Which dynasty ruled over Magadha after the Mauryan dynasty? It was Shunga dynasty. After the decline of the Mauryan Empire, the Shunga dynasty came to power. It was founded by Pushyamitra Shunga, who was a commander-in-chief of the last Mauryan ruler Brihadrath Maurya. Pushyamitra assassinated Brihadrath and established the Shunga rule over Magadha. Who is called the second Ashoka? Kanishka was called the second Ashoka because of Kanishka's strong patronage of Buddhism, his efforts in spreading Buddhism to Central Asia, China and beyond, his role in convening the fourth Buddhist council in Kashmir, just like Ashoka convened the third one. So, Kanishka was called the second Ashoka. Who started the Shaka era, which is still used by the government of India? Shaka era was used by Kanishka. Started by Kanishka. The Shaka era, officially used by the government of India in the Indian national calendar, was started by Kanishka, the greatest ruler of the Kushan dynasty. He is believed to have initiated the Shaka era in 78 CE. So, Shaka era was started by Kanishka. Which one of the following kings controlled the famous Silk Route of Central Asia? It was Kanishka. Kanishka controlled the famous Silk Route that connected China, Central Asia and India. His empire stretched from Central Asia to northern India, including important trade centers like Peshawar and Mathura. Shaka era was founded by whom? Shaka era was founded by Kanishka. Shaka era started from 78 AD. The Shaka era was founded by Kanishka in 78 CE. It is one of the official calendars of India, used alongside the Gregorian calendar. The era is believed to have been started to commemorate Kanishka's coronation of military victory. So, Shaka era was founded by Kanishka. Who were the first to issue gold coins in India? It was Kushans. The Kushans were the first rulers in India to issue gold coins in substantial quantities on a regular basis, while the Indo-Greeks are credited by some sources as the first to introduce gold coins for monetary purposes. The Kushans were the first to issue them on a large scale. So, first to issue gold coins in India was Kushan. Who was the author of the Kadambari, a great romantic play? It was authored by Banbhatta. Kadambari is one of the earliest and finest Sanskrit romantic novel. It was written by Banbhatta, the court poet of Harshavardhana. After Banbhatta's death, the novel was completed by his son Bhushana Bhatta. So, author of Kadambari is Banbhatta. Sangam age is associated with which history? It is Tamil Nadu. The Sangam age refers to the period in ancient South Indian history, particularly associated with the Tamil region. It is named after the Sangams of scholarly academies or assemblies of Tamil poets and scholars. So, Sangam age is associated with the history of Tamil Nadu. The head of the University of Nalanda was the great Bengali scholar, and it was Silbhadra. Acharya Silbhadra was a renowned Buddhist philosopher and scholar from Bengal. He served as the head or Acharya of the Nalanda Mahavidyalaya in the 7th century. He was a teacher of Huan Sang, the famous Chinese pilgrim and scholar who studied at Nalanda for several years. Who was called India's Napoleon because of his victories? It was Gupta. Samudragupta, second ruler of Gupta Empire, is often referred to as India's Napoleon due to his extensive military conquest and brilliant campaigns across India. This title was given by the British historian V.A. Smith. So, Samudragupta was called India's Napoleon. Sea route to India was discovered by whom? Sea route to India was discovered by Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese explorer, was the first European to discover the direct sea route to India. He reached Calicut on the Malabar coast of India on 20th May 1498. So, sea route to India was discovered by Vasco da Gama. The Prakrit text Gatha Saptasi is attributed to the Satvahana king, and the correct answer is Hala. The Gatha Saptasi, also spelled Gaha Saptasi, is an ancient anthology of over 700 Prakrit poems, mostly dealing with love and human emotions. So the Prakrit text Gatha Saptasi is attributed to Hala. Kanishka was a great patron of art and literature. Which of the following personalities adorned in his court? It was Ashaghas, Parsava, Vasumitra and Charaka. Ashaghas, Buddhist philosopher, poet and author of Buddha Charita, that means Life of Buddha. Vasumitra, Buddhist scholar, presided over the 4th Buddhist council under Kanishka. Charaka, a great physician and author of Charak Samhita, that is Ayurveda text. And Nagarjuna, a philosopher and founder of the Madhyamaka school of Mahayana Buddhism. Match the following: Kushans, Satvahanas and Sakas. Kushans, gold coins; Satvahanas, lead coins; and Sakas, silver coins. Shivaji's Agra adventure was planned by whom? Shivaji's Agra adventure was planned by Jai Singh. The Agra adventure refers to Shivaji Maharaj's daring escape from the Mughal court in Agra in 1666, where he was held under house arrest by Emperor Aurangzeb. Balaji Abji, Shivaji's trusted secretary, Chitnis, played a key role in devising and executing the escape plan. So Shivaji's Agra adventure was planned by Jai Singh. Who was the greatest ruler of the Satvahanas? It was Gautamputra Satkarni. Gautamputra Satkarni is widely regarded as the greatest ruler of Satvahan dynasty. He ruled during the first to 2nd century CE and is known for reviving the Satvahan power after periods of decline. So greatest ruler of Satvahan was Gautamiputra Satkarni. Who founded the Gupta dynasty? It was Chandragupta I. Sri Gupta is regarded as the founder of the Gupta dynasty. He ruled around 240 to 280 CE and laid the foundation of the dynasty that would later rise to great prominence under rulers like Chandragupta I, Samudragupta and Samudragupta II, who is also known as Vikramaditya. So founder of Gupta dynasty was Chandragupta I. Which of the following rulers was adorned with the title of Maharaja Dhiraj, Kings of Kings? And it was Chandragupta I. Chandragupta I was the first prominent ruler of the Gupta dynasty to assume the imperial title Maharaja Dhiraj, which means Kings of all kings. This title signified sovereignty and supreme authority, marking the beginning of the Gupta Empire as a pan-North Indian power. Which of the following rulers started the Gupta currency system? It was Chandragupta I. Chandragupta I is credited with the starting of Gupta currency system around 319 CE, marking the beginning of the Gupta era. He issued gold coins, which is known as dinaras, that became a hallmark of Gupta economic prosperity. These coins often featured the king on one side and deities or symbolic figures on the reverse. So, Gupta currency system started by Chandragupta I. Which Gupta ruler had led a campaign to the south and was an expert Veena player? It was Samudragupta. Samudragupta, the second major ruler of the Gupta Empire, is regarded as one of the greatest military conquerors and also a patron of arts. He was also a skilled Veena player, as shown in his gold coins, which depict him playing the Veena, a rare portrayal of a king as a musician. So, Veena player was Samudragupta. Who of the following kings is depicted as playing on a flute on his coins? It is Samudragupta. Experts in Veena playing shown on Gupta coins: Napoleon of India by historian V.S. Smith, Allahabad pillar inscription by court poet of Harisen. The Council of the Nine Gems is associated with whom? The Council of Nine Gems associated with Chandragupta II. The legendary Navaratnas or Nine Gems were a group of 9 eminent scholars and artists who are said to have adorned the court of Chandragupta II, also known as Vikramaditya. The 9 gems are here. They are Sapanaka, Dhanvantari, Kalidas, Amarasimha, Barahamihir, Bararuchi, Sanku, Betalbhatta and Harisen. The Panchatantra was written during the Gupta period. Panchatantra is a famous collection of animal fables written in Sanskrit. It was written by Vishnu Sharma during the Gupta period, a golden age of Sanskrit literature and learning in India. So Panchatantra was written in Gupta period by Vishnu Sharma. Which one of the following was a land measure in the Gupta period? It was a Nivartana. The exact area of a Nivartana varied by region, but it was often equivalent to the amount of land that could be ploughed by one plough in one day. Which one of the following was the biggest hoard of Gupta coins? The biggest hoard of Gupta coins was Bayana hoard. The Bayana hoard is the largest non-collection of Gupta gold coins discovered to date. It was found in Bayana, a town in the Bharatpur district of Rajasthan. The hoard consisted of over 2000 gold coins, mainly belonging to the rulers Samudragupta, Chandragupta II and Kumaragupta I. Who of the following Gupta kings was the first to issue silver coins? And it was Chandragupta II. After defeating the Western Kshatrapa or Shakas, Chandragupta II adopted their silver coinage tradition to establish authority and integrated their territory into the Gupta Empire. So, Gupta kings who was first to issue silver coins was Chandragupta II. The travel account of Phahien is known as Pho Kyo Ki. Phahien visited India during the reign of Chandragupta II. His travelogue is titled Pho Kyo Ki, which translates to a record of Buddhist kingdoms. It provides detailed information about Buddhist practice, monasteries, social conditions and political structure in India during the Gupta period. So, travel account of Phahien is known as Pho Kyo Ki. Who has complimented Samudragupta as the Indian Napoleon? It was A.V. Smith. He gave this title due to Samudragupta's extensive military conquest, especially his successful southern campaign and his ability to consolidate a vast empire, much like Napoleon Bonaparte of France. The silver coins issued by Guptas were called Rupaka. Rupaka was modelled after the Western Chhatrapa silver coins, particularly after Chandragupta II defeated them. The coins typically featured the king's bust on one side, a symbolic figure or deity, often Garuda, on the other side. So the silver coin issued by Gupta's period was called Rupaka. The royal emblem used by the Gupta period was Garuda. The Garuda, a mythical bird, and the Vahana of Lord Vishnu was the royal emblem of the Gupta dynasty. The Guptas were staunch followers of Vaishnavism and hence adopted Garuda as a symbol of royal power, divine legitimacy and protection. So royal emblem of Gupta period was Garuda. Match the following: Bikram era, Saka era, Gupta era and Kali era. Bikram era 57 BC, Saka era 78 AD, Gupta era 320 AD and Kali era 3102 BC. Kalidas lived during the reign of Chandragupta II. Kalidas' famous work was epic poetry Raghuvansham, Kumar Sambhavam, plays Abhigyan Sakuntalam, Malavika Agnimitram, or Bikramar Vaisham. Lyric poetry was Meghdut. So Kalidas lived during the reign of Chandragupta II. Ajanta paintings depict scenes from the Jatakas. The Ajanta caves located in Maharashtra are famous for their ancient Buddhist mural and paintings. These paintings depict scenes from the Jatak tales, which narrate the previous lives of Gautam Buddha in both human and animal forms. The caves were developed between 2nd century BC to 6th century CE, flourishing especially during the Gupta period. So Ajanta painting depicts scenes from Jataka. Which one of the following ports handled the North Indian trade during the Gupta period? And it was Tamralipta. Tamralipti, the most important port city that handled North Indian trade during the Gupta period, was a major center for maritime trade with Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia and China. Goods from northern India, especially from Pataliputra, were transported to Tamralipta via river routes. Arrange the following. Chandragupta I. Arrange the following rulers chronologically: Chandragupta I, Samudragupta, Chandragupta II, Kumargupta and Skandagupta. It is Chandragupta I, founder of Gupta Empire, assumed title Maharajadiraj. Samudragupta, called Indian Napoleon for extensive conquests by A.V. Smith. Chandragupta II, known as Vikramaditya and patron of Kalidas. Kumaragupta I, founded Nalanda University. Skandagupta defended India from Hun invasion. The region of Gupta rulers is known as the Golden Age of India. Which of the following is true in this regard? And it is all of the above. There was peace and prosperity, there was religious tolerance, there was tremendous advancement in the field of science. So all of the above is the correct answer. In India, the first to put forward the theory that the earth revolves around the sun was Aryabhatta. According to Aryabhatta, the great Indian mathematician and astronomer, the earth is spherical and it rotates on its axis. The apparent movement of stars is due to earth's rotation, while Aryabhatta did not state heliocentrism, that is sun at the center, as understood today. So, first to put forward the theory that the earth revolves around the sun was Aryabhatta. Decimal system was introduced by whom? Decimal system was introduced by Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta during the Gupta period is credited with the early and systematic use of the decimal place value system, though he did not use the symbol of 0. He laid the foundation of the modern decimal system by using powers of 10 to represent numbers in a positional manner. So decimal system was introduced by Aryabhatta. Zero was invented by whom? Is it Aryabhatta or Brahmagupta? The correct answer is Aryabhatta. Zero was invented by Aryabhatta as the contributed to the foundation of zero, but did not invent zero as a number. Brahmagupta was first to define zero as a number in his book Brahmasphutta Siddhanta. Hence, Brahmagupta is credited as the inventor of zero as a number, but Aryabhatta is credited for invention of zero. Who among the following literary figures the Gupta age is given the title of Indian Shakespeare? And it was Kalidas. Kalidas is referred to as the Indian Shakespeare due to his mastery in drama and poetry, deep insight into human emotions, nature and aesthetic beauty, use of rich language, imagery and elegant expressions like Shakespeare. So, Indian Shakespeare title has been given to Kalidas. Consider the following foreign visitors to India. It is Megasthenes from Greece at the time of Chandragupta Maurya, Fahian from China at the time of Chandragupta II, Huansang from China at the time of Harshavardhana, and Al-Biruni from Persia, that is Iran nowadays, at the time of Mahmud of Ghazani's era, that is early medieval. So friends, all the questions are over. Now it's time for your homework to test yourself. The first question is, sea route to India was discovered by whom? Either it is Columbus, Amundsen, Vasco da Gama, or none of these. You have to give answer in comment section. Next question is, the Harappan civilization was discovered in which year? Is it in 1901 or 1921 or 1935 or 1942? Give answer in comment section. The third question is, the Aryans came to India from Eastern Europe, Central Asia, Southeast Asia, none of these. Give the answer in comment section. And the last question is, the Indica was written by whom? Kautilya, Patanjali, Megasthenes or Panini? Give answer in comment section. So friends, thanks for watching and thanks being with me till the last. Best of luck.